What's up? Welcome back. Last weekend I didn't film anything because, well, I was freaking tired. You know, when you work on cars all week long and then you come home, some days you just don't feel like working on anything. Yeah, that was me last weekend. But today we're going to be working on this thing some. I got some parts for this. I'm kind of held up on wiring. I got this thing pre-wired. My console, it's all pre-wired, ready to go. The only thing I'm waiting on is another one of these. I ordered a different one from a different company. This one is a Hopkins brand. Junk. Don't ever buy a Hopkins converter. That's my second one of those. That thing's a piece of shit. Sorry for my French there. I'm a little frustrated. I ordered it, but here's the thing is, I'm striking out. I ordered another one from another company, and nobody knows where it is. It's shipped out, but nobody knows where it is. I love it. So I ordered a Reese brand. Hopefully it'll come in today. I'm hoping. If not, I gotta email them again, find out where it's at. It's taken over a week and a half to get here from Pennsylvania. I don't know. But anyway, I'm striking out on that. I was going to order my cylinder heads for my engine because that's the only thing I lack in building a long block. So I want to have everything here so I know what all I need so I can put my long block together. So I was going to order some cylinder heads from CB Performance, and they're out of stock right now. Oh well, that's how it goes. So I'm kind of in limbo waiting on this, but I still have plenty of other stuff to do. I got it pretty much pre-wired. The only thing I got to do is put wire loom on the wiring I've already pre-made. And what else? I can probably start on the exhaust, but I also got a rear disc brake kit for this thing. I ordered the non-e-brake rear disc brake because I ordered a line lock for the brakes. I'm just going to put a new line lock in it so I can park it with the so I have that kind of e-brake. But I got a new brake rear disc brake kit for this thing. Couldn't even think what that was called for a second. So we're going to be putting that on today. But first, I got to start on this truck right here. This is my neighbor's 2005 Tundra. This has been a freaking crazy thing. If you guys have a master cylinder like this one, good luck getting a master cylinder. This one is leaking internally. So basically it's going into the brake booster. I've already got the brake booster emptied out. Luckily we caught that really soon. As he said, his brakes started feeling spongy, and I checked it and it's actually leaking in the brake booster. Finally got a brand new master cylinder for this thing. But what a nightmare that was. I ordered one from a reputable company back in February, and it's now March 25th, 25th, and just got it in. Well, take that back. The reputable company, after a month of waiting on ordering that thing, it was back ordered. They canceled my order without telling me. I had no idea. Luckily, I checked it, and I called them. They said, "Oh, yeah, it canceled itself out. Sorry. Anything else I can help you with?" That just really irritated the crap out of me. So, went to another company, ordered it. It was here within a week. I mean, what the heck? I waited 3 weeks for that thing. But anyway, I'm gonna get started on this. Okay, so I gotta take this brake line right here loose, and I gotta take this brake line loose. I've already unplugged the brake fluid level sensor. It's already unplugged. I just take my little vacuum pump here with this little canister. I just suck all the fluid out of here. Sorry for the wind. I think we're gonna have storms again today. But sucked all the fluid out of it. So, and here's another thing. I always see people with regular wrenches on brake lines and stuff. Get you some line wrenches. They fit on there and they don't strip out your brake line fittings and all that stuff. I see it all the time. Alright, master cylinder is out. Next I've got to take out this roll pin. It's right here in the middle. It's a little roll pin. I got to take my roll pin punch, knock it out, and take off the reserver and swap it over to the new one. I got new grommets for that, of course, with a new master cylinder, and put that roll pin back in. So that's what I'm going to do next, and we're going to set it up, and I'm probably going to go ahead and bench bleed it too. Okay, I got the reserver put on, got it filled up. I bled the master cylinder. I'm not going to show you all that, but I will show you a little trick. If these little hoses do not want to fit on those little green things or whatever, what I like to do is I'll take the little lighter and I will heat the hoses up on the ends of them just a little bit, and then I'll slide it on there and they'll fit on there, and then once they cool off, they make a really good seal. So, but I've already got this bled. Got the master cylinder all back together, everything on it done. I got to bleed the brakes on it, of course, but here's something to look out for. let you guys know is the front brake line would not go in. I don't know why. I kept messing with it. So I went and got another brake line fitting that's the exact same thread pitch as this and everything. It's screwed in the old master cylinder. Went to put it in here and it still wouldn't screw in. The threads on the end of this was boogered up a little bit, so I had to fix those to get the new brake line put on, or the brake line put on the new master cylinder. So that's just something to look out for in the future, in case you guys are having the same problem I did. I was sitting there wondering, like, what in the world? So now I gotta bleed the brakes. The Tundra is done, finally. I had to have my neighbor friend Jessica come over there and help me. She pumped the brakes while I was actually working my vacuum gauge, my vacuum pump here, pulling the air out of the system. There was so much air in the system. I mean, it took us forever. I went through 2 bottles of this stuff, just pulling the air and nasty looking brake fluid out of the system. But it is done, flushed, clean, good to go. He should be happy. Well, I guess we're going to move on to rear brakes on this turd. I'm going to convert it over to my new disc brake kit right here. All that stuff's a mess, but put these new rear disc brakes on this thing and we'll see how well it works out. Well, I got some progress done on the brakes here. Got the brakes mounted. Everything's all good. I'm talking about the space between this, or the space between here, but it's pretty much even without even using a washer. So that's pretty cool. The only thing I'm not too fond of is, I guess you get what you pay for, right? The brake caliper brackets. They're little. This one was bent out more, going this way, going towards the passenger side of this thing. So the caliper was like locked in. I couldn't get it to get under, so I just took a hammer and beat it, tapped it a couple times a piece, and put it on there. I made it to where it was pretty much perfect, as good as I can get it. But that kind of sucks. So I'm thinking about maybe welding in some little gussets here in the corners, the top and bottom of these, like on the upgraded brackets. I should have got those, but oh well. But I'm also I got new brake lines right here. I got steel braided brake lines that go in right here. Figured I'd go ahead and replace those, these old rubber ones, because these things are super old and cracked a little bit. So I'm going to replace these, but I have to cut this brake line off because it's frozen on this joint right here, which it doesn't even matter because I'm not using it anymore. So I got to cut this off, and we'll swap out all this stuff. Got the brake line put on. The steel braided brake line is put on. Got my new brake line made and put on, and the only thing I got left to do is bleed the brakes and tighten down the castle nut here and put the wheel back on it. But unfortunately for today, I am out of time. So I'm going to go home. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys tomorrow, which will be 1 second for you. We're back, day 2. We're going to pick up right where we left off yesterday. I'm going to take apart this side. We're going to do this side today. That side's done. All thing I got to do is tighten up the nut. I'll get to that here in a little bit. A little bit update on the parts on it, actually. Overnight update. I got some new wheels coming for the rear, some new tires coming. I just got through ordering those. What else? Oh, the converter box for the brakes. I got that figured out. The guy apologized. He just sent me another one. He said if you get 2 of them, you get 2 of them. If you get 1, you get 1. So I got another one on the way. It should be here this week. Not a big deal. It's not like it's going to be running anyway this week. So guess we'll get started with the passenger side rear disc brake conversion. Got the tire off of it. I had to cut my brake line because my wheel cylinder back here, the brake line was frozen in there, which is kind of crazy because I put those on in 2012. They're fairly new, but anyway, I'm going to zip this off with my impact, freshly charged, just like that. And we're going to slide the drum off, just like this. I might be able to do it with one hand. Maybe not. There we go. The drum is off. And I guess we'll take apart the brake shit here. As you can see, these shoes are like brand new. I put these on in 2012 along with the wheel cylinders and all the hardware kit. But oh well, sayonara. I'm going to take off the these 4 bolts here, the whole backing plate with everything. I'll just keep it all on there. The whole backing plate and everything will come right off, and we'll go from there. These are only 25 foot-pounds of torque anyway held on. They're not that tight. Got 4 bolts out. This thing should be, hang on, there we go. Just wiggle it off there a little bit. going to slide this off. Oh, just like that. There goes some gear oil. And slide this off with the seal in it. We'll sit in there for right now. Race piece. And we'll just slide all this off. There we go. No more drum brake. Alrighty. Well, I got this cleaned off. I got the seal out of it and this little slinger out of it. I got to clean this up. I got the little drain back hole in the bottom of that cleaned off too. It was completely gunked up. But the only thing I'm going to do here in just a minute is I'm going to clean this up, put this back in here, put me a new seal in here, and then we can just throw it all back together. Got a new seal put in here. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to do that, especially if you don't have a bearing race installer, but got a new seal put in there. I'm going to slide this on here, and I can't really do it holding a camera, but I'm going to put all this together. I got a gasket that goes right there, and I got to slide this little bracket on, and slide this little bracket on, and I got to get an O-ring, wherever the O-ring went. I think my knee's on it. Yeah, I got to put this O-ring on. So I'm going to get all that put together. I got this bearing cap, doodad, whatever you want to call it, put on here. I got these pretty much I ran these in with my ratchet here. I ran them in with my ratchet just to where they started getting snug. Then I backed them off a little bit. Hook this baby on here like so. We're going to torque her down. Rotor's slid on. I got this nut just finger tied on there to hold it on. Next I got to mount the caliper. And then I gotta put my new brake lines on. I got the new rotor torqued down, 250 foot-pounds. I took a pry bar and wedged one in right here, something like that. Then I did the same thing to the other side, and I took my torque wrench and tightened it down. I'll admit that was a little sketchy. I was a little nervous, honestly, but it finally beeped. That's all I'm gonna go for. I got to do the other side. I got the rear brakes all done. Everything's buttoned up back here. I haven't bled the rear brakes yet because two reasons. I'm waiting on a new one of these. See how that lever's stuck up? I think there's an O-ring in here that shit the bed on me. But the problem is you can order a new rebuild kit for this for about $68 shipped to me, or I can order a whole cylinder thing for $76. So got the whole cylinder coming. I got a line lock coming for the e-brake, and then we'll bleed all the brakes, get all that done. I got my rear wheels, like I said earlier, ordered, and my tires are ordered. We'll get those this week. Probably get Matt to mount and balance those for me. He said he would, so that's what you have good friends for. And I think that's about it on this video. I appreciate you guys liking and viewing and subscribing and sharing my stuff. I really appreciate all you new subscribers as well. Oh yeah, one last thing. This next coming weekend, April 1st, there's a huge car show going on in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Look it up. It's called the Chattanooga Cruise In at Coker Tire. Big event. Lots of stuff is going to be there. I'm taking my car. I'll be down there in my car. A lot of people I know is taking a lot of stuff they don't ever drive. It's going to be really cool. All kinds of stuff. I mean, everything from a old Bronco, like my neighbors there. I mean, you see some sand rails there. You'll see a bunch of old cars there. You'll see a bunch of newer stuff. Last year there's a Ferrari there, I think, last year. Anyway, check it out. Look it up on the internet. If you're near this area, near Chattanooga, wherever, come check it out. Big show, lots of stuff. You won't be disappointed, I promise. And like I've been saying, I want you guys to get out there and build your dreams, whether it be a sand rail, whether it be anything. Build your dreams, live your dreams. You don't know how long you're here on this planet, so get out there and do it, whether it be a vacation, building your dream car, buying your dream car, having a project with a friend, whatever it is. Get out there and do it. I'll see you guys in the next one.